Hey guys, welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer Kickstarter card game review. Today's game at the tabletop is called Ninja Monkeys by Radiant Games. Ninja Monkeys is for 2 to 6 players, ages 6 and up, and about 4 minutes per player. It's a pretty quick game, and there's not a lot of setup. In the game Ninja Monkeys, you're going to be drawing 5 cards from a deck of cards. Everybody's going to draw those 5 cards, and there's 3 different types. You got blue cards, you got green cards, and you have red cards. Your objective is to play cards on your field that are green, and every green card you play is worth at least 1 point, and they have different abilities on them and things that happen throughout your turn. Other players might play red cards on those to negate certain points, as well as blue cards that just take an action, and you get to take an action every turn, which could be playing a card in front of you on somebody else's, or just playing an action card. And you're trying to get 5 points in front of you. Whoever has the first 5 points is the winner of the game. Let me go ahead and show you how it works. So here we have Ninja Monkeys, which comes with a full set of cards as well as a box, and inside the box you've got a nice little rule book and 2 little side areas here. And in the game you're going to simply draw 5 cards for each player. So if you're playing a 3-player game, you simply deal out 5 cards for each player. There's 3, 4, and 5 cards. Leave the rest here in a face down stack right here on the table, and then everybody's going to look at their hand. If you go ahead and take a look at the cards in your hand, you're going to notice different colors, and here are all the different colors in the game. You've got blue, you've got red, and green. All of them do different things, but the idea is whenever you play a card, you're going to draw a card at the beginning of your turn, and then you're going to play a card. When you play a card, it can be either in front of you. If it's a green card, you just play right in front of you. If it's a blue card, you'll play it into the discard pile, and it will do an action of some sort. And if it is a red card, you can play it on anybody else's green card. Now you have to have a green card in one of your opponent's areas in order to play a red card on top of it, but red cards will give a -1 to an opponent, and the green cards will give you a +1. If you cover up a green card with a red card, that will ignore the point and then give you negative. So this point score here would be -1. This would be +1, and you can't simply play one here unless a card dictates otherwise. So on his turn, he's got his cards. He's got his 5 cards here, and he can go ahead and read them through them all. Look at one player's hand and take up to 3 cards of your choice. Wow, that is super powerful. So if he played this card, he can go through opponent's hand, take 3 cards of his choice by looking at them, and put them into his hand. Or maybe he'll play this card instead. One player must pick up all cards in their yard and then put them in their hand. That is super powerful. This is a green card that gives you a point when you put it in front of you, and any player with more points than you may move this card to their yard on their turn. Moving or playing this card doesn't count as an action or count as playing a card, because you're only going to play 1 card per turn. So playing this in front of you is going to give you that point. However, other people can take it if they happen to have more. So the person who's doing the best is going to be the one who gets this card. So it's a tricky one to play. This is a red card you can play on top of a green card, and it says discard 1 card from your hand on each of your turns. So if you have this card in front of you, if somebody plays this card and puts it in front of you, then you're going to discard a card from your hand every turn, which is pretty nasty. And another one here is if this card is played on another green card, you may only play this card on a green card. So it's just a basic negative point. So I guess he would play this card right here in front of him, and he would save the rest of the cards. And the next player would get to go, and he'd go ahead and draw one of his cards, and he'd look it through his hand, take any green card from the discard pile and put it on this card, so that can give you even more additional points. Move a green card showing on your yard. That's pretty good. Discard all red cards showing in your yard. That's really good. Prevents cards, if you got 3 green cards and 3 red cards are on top of them, you play this and bam, you get your points back. One player discards 1 card from the draw pile and all cards showing in their yard of the same color. Ooh, dang. So a lot of powerful cards. You may draw an extra card on each of your turns. This would be a great card to play just like that. And he would pass his turn, and the next player would go ahead and go as well, and just go ahead and play whatever cards he wants. Maybe he wants to play the Pillow Fort. No new stacks can be started in this yard by other players. That's great. So other players can't be playing on other new stacks. You can only play on top of other players' stacks. And he would be done. The next player would keep going. And you would just keep going, and you're trying to get as many points as you can. This card counts as 2 points, so that's 3. This person needs 5 points to win the game. And so he also has the most points right now, so he's not going to lose the tug of war. However, if this player had played this on his turn and he didn't play any green cards, he might lose this card, giving this player 4 points. So just be aware of that. Next player gets to go. You may only play this on a green card, so I can play this card here on the imaginary friend, and bam, he's back to 0 points now because he was at 3. But then when you put this card on top, it gives him a -1, and 1 plus -1 is 0. So, oof, nasty. Another card here, you may draw an extra card on each of your turns, which he actually have to do as well. But now you played this card, so he can draw an extra card. No new stacks can be played. That's pretty good. He's done here. And we would just keep going. And the objective is you're going to be playing different actions out. These blue cards do a bunch of different things. You're going to be playing green cards and red cards until somebody gets that coveted 5 points. And once somebody does that, they're going to win the game of Ninja Monkeys. So you got the basic idea of how to play Ninja Monkeys. It's a fairly simple game. Drawing those 5 cards, on your turn you get to draw a card, and then you play a card. It could be an action, or it could be a green you put in front of you, or a red you put on top of somebody else's green card. Reds are worth -1, and when green cards are covered up, they're not worth anything. There are certain cards that will let you remove certain cards from in front of you from the field, which will actually give you your points back, or make you lose additional points. There are also a bunch of blue cards that are going to let you do different actions. Play 1 red card, and then play 1 green card. That's awesome. So it gives you 2 actions by playing this 1 blue card. This one, the floor is lava. No one may start new stacks in this yard, which is pretty solid as well. And there's also a green card that does that if you saw in the examples. Brain Freeze, place on a blue card to counter it. Using this card does not count as a play. So that's basically a counter spell. It stops players from doing other actions, which is really nice. And of course you can Brain Freeze a Brain Freeze. It works just like that. You stack them on top of each other. And the last one is the one that counters everything, right? Raid the cookie jar. Draw 6 cards. So as you see, there are some really powerful cards in this game, and you're going to be going back and forth as to do you want to play the red cards to stop other people, or do you want to try and improve your quality of life by playing in front of your yard. This game is very reminiscent of old childhood style things that we used to do, like tug of war and the floor is lava. A lot of cute things involving school and what it's like to be. It is a very child-friendly game, and it's a very simple game as well. Just drawing and then playing a card. And it reminds me a lot like Take the Gold, but in this aspect you're trying to gain points in front of you in your yard as opposed to trying to gain those gold coins. And it does have quite a variety of different cards. However, it is very basic, and so is the art. I mean, I don't dislike the art, obviously. I think it's really cute. It does remind me of that reminiscent like childhood, take back to childhood stuff, monster under the bed and stuff like that. It's very cute. Kind of reminds me of like almost like an online style comic as you're playing the game, playing throughout the game. And I do really enjoy the game. This is a prototype copy, so things may change, but as far as the game goes, I was able to very much so enjoy this game. And the first couple games that were played, I actually just sat there and watched because I was very interested to see how the turns went and how transactions went, because there's so many cards that I thought were very overpowered. But because there's so many of them, it kind of balances itself out in that way. Drawing 6 cards from the deck, and then somebody takes 3 of them away from you is not as powerful as you would think it is. As well as some cards giving you that +2 and stuff like that. Because the red cards literally go over them and negate those points, it makes the game have that extra little bit of strategy. Now, that's not saying that there's a huge amount, because this game is a simple take that card game meant for kids, at least in my opinion. But nevertheless, it is a fun game, and I did definitely enjoy Ninja Monkeys by Radiant Games. Alright guys, thanks for watching another Unfiltered Gamer Kickstarter card game review. If you like this video, go ahead and check out the rest of our videos here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and comment, as well as checking out the game in the description below. You can go ahead and pick it up if you'd like. Also, go ahead and check out our website, unfilteredgamer.com. We got tons of blog posts, giveaways, Kickstarter lists, and more. Tons of great stuff there. We're currently giving away villains and vigilantes, so if that interests you, go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and click a few buttons, and you might get lucky and win it. Everything's appreciated. Also, check out our affiliated sites, everythingboardgames.com, The Giveaway Geek, and Devatos Gaming are all over here. And they're wonderful. They got tons of blog posts and giveaways and all that kind of stuff, as well as my own site. But they have even more content, especially the giveaways. I would definitely suggest you check them out, especially if you want free games. You can get tons of stuff on there, as well as supporting them all on Patreon. I do myself, and I think it's definitely worth it because there's tons of good stuff you can get on there. You can go check out their Patreon. I'll put it in the links description as well. Alright guys, well that's all I got for this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time.